Welcome to the ModeCast. It's Jeremy again with another intro because I am an amateur. Now, I messed up and lost a few minutes of mine and Ryan's conversation. We did a podcast in a car because I moved all weekend and he was sick with the flu all weekend, so he was praying to his porcelain god, and I was killing myself because I don't work out and I am not going to pay for movers. That shit's way too expensive, and I don't have that much shit. But living on the third story, my old place was on the third floor, so from the third floor down to a moving truck and then into my new place was a huge pain in the ass. I cannot believe how expensive rent is these days. Spent about 2 months trying to find a place, and me and Brittany finally found a place that we liked on Friday, which we have to be out of our place on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. And we have all of our shit moved, just have a little bit of cleaning left to do. God, Ryan didn't even help me with any of it. I'm so sore. I need to work out. Well, once he was feeling better, he came and helped me clean, and then we did a podcast in a car. And, well, then I messed up a little bit at the beginning. So I'm going to use this to fix it, I hope. And we were talking about a documentary that he watched on Netflix called Hot Girls Wanted about girls in the porn industry. There are young girls that get roped into doing porn by these creepy-ass fucking directors and producers, offering them, whatever to get into it, and then them not really understanding what they're really getting into because they're 18, 19 years old or whatever. If you really like porn, don't watch the documentary because it'll probably make you hate porn. I already ruined porn for myself a long time ago by learning why women go into porn. That, and I'm just not a big fan of porn myself. Love women naked, but just not a huge fan of porn. So yeah, we get into that, and I'm hoping I can drop us in right where it'll sort of make sense. It should 100% make sense. It doesn't. I'm sorry. We're talking about young girls in the porn industry, and all I didn't get in there really was, Ryan mentioning what documentary he watched. All right, well, let's go ahead and get this started.
They come across the ad, and a lot of them are putting it in news, radio, not even sites that not even talent sites, sites where labor jobs, they're putting them in those sites. So the girls click on it and they see, $2,500 plus free flight to Miami if you come out here and do porn, basically. But it's the way they
phrase it.
Yeah, it's for a little girl, dude, to easily fall into that and get tricked, dude, it's sad. And listening to these girls talk when they first get out there, how they're all pumped, and then it goes through, they stays with them for 2 months, and it's sad, dude, watching them, how they feel about it towards the end. And the talent agency will talk about it. Yeah, most girls in the porn industry will last 1 to 2 months. Max, if they're good, 3 years. Top, 1 year. I was like, whoa. Yeah. I didn't know. I thought if a chick was down to have sex, she'd make it in the porn industry for years. That's how I always thought it would be.
See, I was always under the impression that 90% of them were tricked into it.
Really? I didn't, dude. But if you watch the documentary, it's sad, dude. And they're little girls, they're little 18-year-old little girls, yeah. And the way they talk, it's like they're kids. So it's
they are kids.
It's sad to watch, dude. It's oh man. And then you got this scumbag talent agent. He's 23. They all live in his house. There's 8 girls in a 4 or 5 bedroom house, and they all pay him rent. They pay him 10% of what they make, and he's just creepy as fuck. He's only 23, but he's like, yeah, I used to be a loser working at Outback Steakhouse. He's like, now I got a house in Miami. I got a car, and then it shows his car. It's missing the front bumper. But dude, it's sad, dude. And one of the chicks was on there. Her boyfriend's talking about how she met him out there in Miami, so they were only dating for a week. And when he started being on camera, and he's talking, he's yeah, it doesn't really bother me. She's a hustler. She's a hustler. But then once you start getting feelings for her later on in the documentary, he's like, what's more different? What's the difference between you and a prostitute? There's not much. Like, you can tell, like, his attitude changed, like, progressively throughout the fucking documentary. It's so funny. It's sad though. It's a sad documentary. One of the chicks got a cyst in, like, her vaginal gland. It's the what, like, get your vagina moist for sex. She was having so much sex it got clogged.
That's gross.
Yeah, disgusting. That was a girl with a boyfriend.
Could you imagine dating someone in the porn industry?
No, dude. There's no way.
That doesn't even make sense.
Like, I can have, like, maybe like a fling or something with a. I don't know. I just clicking on one of her videos and seeing her have sex with like 90 guys. I don't know. That's pretty wild.
I forget what the term is. There's a term. I heard Joe Rogan talk about it, about one of his friends that was dating a chick in the porn industry, and he quit. He broke up with her when he read her contract. Like, she left it out, and there's a term for, like, all the holes being plugged. And he was like reading her contract, and he's like, "Hey babe, what's this?" And she told him, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm done." I'm out.
That's disgusting. And then, like, listening to them talk about cream pies and stuff, and like, like how are you gonna take your chick seriously, like, knowing, like, she's got cream pies in her, like, from other, like, that's rugged. I look at Jasmine like a dainty little princess. Like, there's no way I could look at her like that with fucking knowing that 50 other guys have been in her like within the last couple months.
Well, it just seems weird, like, that you're in a committed relationship, except that one of the people is allowed to go fuck other people because that's their job.
Well, check this out. So then there's this Mexican chick on there. She, at first, when she starts talking, you think she's really uneducated, but the way she phrased everything, she's definitely smart. She's talking about how a lot of these girls that when they first get in, she's 25, she's been in and out of the industry. She's 25 and she's already considered a MILF at 25.
That's weird.
Yeah, so she needs to get a breast job and everything, so she's in the MILF category.
So does she have kids?
No. That's just that when you're that age, you're considered that's MILF material already. You can't be categorized as a teeny bopper anymore. That's what the 18-year-olds to 20s are, the teeny boppers. And that's what is mostly looked up, which is even more disgusting.
MILF?
No, teens.
Oh yeah,
18
that's like
to
the most searched word for porn, isn't it?
Yeah, it's searched more than it went over all these different sites, more than Netflix, Amazon. It went through all these different sites. It's crazy. Well, anyways, she goes on, states that, like, when these girls get into business, they'll take any job that shows a dollar sign because they're trying to get their name and their face out there. And then there's those, I don't know if you've ever seen it, it's called, like, facial abuse, and these guys, like, totally just, like, run these chicks down, like, oh yeah, you're dirty, like, just beat them down to the ground. Have you seen those ones?
No, I've heard about shit like that.
And, like, they make them, like, throw up and then, like, make them eat it off the ground. Like, just totally. And all the girls are talking about that, like, they all had to do that, and they're just saying, like, just how degrading it was. Like, well, yeah, like, what the hell?
You know what my problem with porn is because I've never been into porn. Like, I love naked women, but unless I can have them, why watch them?
Yeah.
But also what fucked me is when I started taking psychology classes and reading articles or psychology articles and whatnot, and figuring out why, or finding out why women choose those paths, like strippers and porn stars and whatnot, because they all have, damaged childhoods.
It's a lot of daddy issues, though, right?
Yeah, because what they're doing, what you do when you've been traumatized as a child, you recreate it in your adulthood. So it sucks when you look at them as damaged children rather than just a stripper or a porn star.
Well, yeah, that's what sucks about this documentary. So it's like, this girl looked like she had a pretty decent home life, like with her father and her mom. But I mean, obviously you don't really know she doesn't really go into any detail. But once she told her dad, that's when, like, she quit. Like, she now heard her dad was. That's when she decided to quit. I think it was like after like 3 or 4 months. In that 3 months, she made 3 or 4 months. She made $25,000, but she wasn't really getting booked towards the end. She was considered, like, chubby. Well, I didn't think she was chubby. She had a little bit of weight, I guess. If you're like, I don't know. They're picky as shit, though, on how they pick girls.
That's weird. You think it would be easy?
I literally thought if you're a chick and you were down to have sex on camera, it would be super easy for you to remain in the porn industry.
what trips me out is how much they actually get paid.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Like, they were going over, like, she booked, so she's talking to her boyfriend about jobs she should do. She's like, all right, well, I got this one. This one is DP, and I got another one later. It's just a blow job. And then, like, she's going over, but for those 3 jobs, it was only $2,500.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to be on tape forever for three different videos for $2,500. It's nothing.
Nope.
It's funny when you're a kid, though, and you think, like, how cool it would be on, like, be a porn star, and you look at the price now, you're like, that would have been a mistake and a half.
I remember being a teenager and being like, a male porn star, this has got to be the best job in the world, just having sex all the time.
Yeah.
And then you finally have sex, and you're like, yeah, being a porn star sounds terrible.
Yeah. Well, especially if you realize how it's made, too, because it's, like, cut. Like, it just looks like it's one fluent action, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not. It's just,
You don't realize
it's so
there's, like-
chopped up.
Like 20 people on set watching you.
Yeah. Not only that, though, but you're doing, like, a 2-minute segment. Stop, next scene, flip the girl over, and then go at it again. Stop, cut.
And a lot of porn videos are weird to me. They're like a lot of shit I've seen where it's like standard, where it's like, okay, we're going to start with vaginal, or we're going to start with a blowjob, then it's going to move on to vaginal sex, then it's going to move on to anal sex, then he's going to blow a load all over her face.
You know what I like to know, though? I would like to know why chicks get offended, though, with their boyfriend watching porn. I think that's funny.
Oh, it's they feel that they're being betrayed, and I understand why they get offended, but they need to realize that it has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with them. A lot of women think it has to do with them, like, you know, that they're not enough for their guy or whatever, which is not true at all, because no matter how much sex I have, I'm still gonna beat off.
Yeah.
Because beating off is fun.
I like on that 70s show, Donna gets mad because she catches Eric watching porn or he has porn mags, and Kel's like, Donna, it doesn't matter if you're having sex 99% of the time. The other 1% of the day, you're gonna be looking at porn. Okay, that's just guys. Donna, I have 2 girlfriends and I still look at porn.
Yeah.
But it's so true though. Like, but what's weird though, I never even used to look at porn until I got a smartphone. I never looked at porn.
Yeah, that was when I started looking at porn, was I got a smartphone.
I was the last one, like, out of everybody to get a smartphone. Remember, I was always had, like, shitty flip phones. I waited forever to get a smartphone. And then once I got one, I was like, what? You're telling me I can watch porn while I'm taking a shit? Sign me up.
I can't just watch porn, though.
I can't, I have to have an incentive. Like, I'm going to beat off. There's no way I'm not just going to watch porn, yeah.
Oh, it used to trip me out. My old roommate in the Army, fucking, not Abe, but, what's his name? Quincy. He used to just watch porn. That's it. You just, like, sit there and watch porn for, like, hours.
Those are the kind of guys that actually can't even get off having sex with a chick. Like, they need to watch porn and get off.
I don't know. It tripped me out. It tripped me out there because he had, like, his porn collection was fucking stacked. I just didn't like it because he was a black dude and he was into black chicks with giant asses, which black chicks with giant asses are fat.
Yeah.
And I wasn't into watching fat chicks have porn, so I couldn't.
Wait, so you just walk in the room, he's watching porn?
I'd knock on his door and he'd be like, yo, what's up? And I'd open the door and he's just sitting there watching porn.
Like casual?
Yeah.
I don't care if I know you good, I'm still going to jump up and hide it. I'm not gonna, that's just weird, dude. I'm not going to have my boy walk in and, like, I'm just watching porn.
I should tell him, well, he got comfortable with me because me and you are so honest, and if you live with us, you realize how honest we really are.
Yeah.
And so, like, he was 100% comfortable with me, but I just didn't understand how he could sit there and watch porn like it was a movie. Like, it was just entertainment for him.
Dude, literally, I might watch porn for, like, 2 to 3 minutes, and that's just to beat off. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, 2 to 3 minutes.
The times I do watch porn, I've spent more time looking for the perfect scene to beat off to.
Yeah, that's all I do. Like, if I'm browsing, I just want a 2 to 3 minute clip that I know it's going to get me there. That's it.
I've spent upwards of 20 minutes looking for that clip.
Yeah, dude, I'm not even kidding you. Same here. It's pathetic. I don't know what's more pathetic, me doing that or me watching porn. I think they're both equally pathetic.
I don't think they're pathetic at all. Fucking, I had the time to kill. Fuck it.
Yeah, I don't know about watching it like a movie. That's kind of weird.
Oh.
And then at that point, you're desensitized. So are you just sitting there with a fat rage on the entire time, or you sit there with nothing? It just doesn't affect you anymore. You just enjoy the the quality of the movie. That was a question.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
I said, no, at that point, are you actually, like, like sitting there with a full-on rager, or are you actually enjoying the movie?
What do you mean?
Like, what? Why would you sit there and watch the entire thing? Like, I don't. What's the point of that?
I don't know. Like, they want to, like... I don't know. They what?
So, from what you learned in psychology class, do you think that like, do you think there are any like good girls out there that do porn, like that had a good upbringing?
Me personally, I don't believe it exists, but there are women out there who claim that they had like perfect childhoods. But I guarantee you, if you start questioning them, something will come up.
Well, we have friends like that.
Well, because people think that you have to be like sexually abused or something. No, trauma comes in all shapes, forms, sizes, whatever. I mean, and things affect everybody differently. Like, you might have an alcoholic parent who never beat you or hit you or anything, and just by the virtue of them being an alcoholic, traumatized you. Or, you know, you had a parent that yelled at you all the time and it really affected you. Or you could have had a parent that beat the shit out of you and it didn't affect you hardly at all. It just, everything's different for every person. And there's like, but certain things will drive you certain ways. And if you do have trauma in your childhood, I mean, I would be interested in talking to a stripper or porn star and finding out that they had nothing happen negatively to them in their childhood to push them in that direction. Well, I'd just be interested in sit down and talk with a porn star or stripper about their job just because.
Yeah. Well, because, all right, so one of my old employees, he used to be a bouncer, and he was telling me that this chick came in, she had a goal, her and her husband tried to open a business. Her plan was she was going to strip for 6 months and get out. And he was like, you know, people I saw, he's all, no, she was strict. She wouldn't go in there and mess around. She wouldn't drink. She never drank. She went in there, did her job. At 6 months, she quit. Her and her husband opened their business up. And like he was telling me that she was like a straight and narrow. I mean, do you think there's those kind of chicks that like with no bad background that just like, you know, I'm going to go in there and hustle real fast, make that money, and then get out and do what I want to do?
I think you could do that, but I still think that something happened to you.
What's the difference for guys? What's the difference for guys can go in there and do that shit? There nothing be, you know, they have to have a shitty childhood, but for a woman, it has to be.
No, it's the same thing with guys.
Really?
Yeah.
So for me saying that I want to be a bachelorette dancer?
Yeah, look at our childhood.
Yeah, I know, but. All right.
What are you talking about?
I don't see it being the same as for guys.
It is the same.
Because guys are just whores in general.
Well, yeah, but I don't want to put that shit on camera. I don't want to do it in front of people.
Well, I don't want to do it on camera. I'd have a no phone rule when I walk in there.
Well, no, okay, I don't want to do it in front of people.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't care.
I mean, we were raised together, but I mean, we turned out a little bit different.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking about my childhood. What caused me to go on the stripper path?
Well, you haven't yet.
I won't.
I'm gonna leave the yet in there.
Well, I don't know. Fucking Mike made me strip on New Year's for my fucking slave day. That shit sucked.
I'm surprised you did it.
I didn't have a choice. I don't back out on bets.
Do I think you do it so that way you can, when you get your slave day, it's like, I did what you told me to do?
That's exactly why I do it. If I say no to something, next time I get a bitch day on somebody, they're going to sit there and be like, remember that one time?
When are you going to get some more days?
On who?
On anybody.
I have bet days on bitch days on everybody. I don't like saying slave days because it sounds so racist.
It's not racist. That's what you treat them like, a slave. No one said you're treating them like black people.
Every time, because I have a couple bitch days on Little George, and we were around.
Who told you it was racist?
No, I don't know. We were around Mac at work, and we were talking about slave days, and Mac looked up at me.
We got scared?
No, and I was like, fuck, does that mean, like, is that racist? So I started getting all paranoid.
I would have just asked him.
I didn't even think about it. I just froze up, and I was like, I think that's racist. And I was like, no, you mean our bitch days.
Especially Mac. Mac's a cool guy.
Yeah.
As long as you're upfront and honest with him, he's really cool.
Yeah, which I always have been with him, but I don't know, I got a little nervous. I'm so afraid to get brought to HR, dude. Anything that comes, like, any kind of derogatory term, I'm like, oh, fuck, they can take me to HR over that.
They gotta get a hold of him first.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, yeah, HR at Ryan's work, or / my work, is fucking terrible. He's also, wait, hold on, he's HR, the IT fixes our computers. He's what do you call it? The lawyer, the law stuff. He handles all the fucking going to court stuff, and he has like another job too.
Yeah.
And how many employees is there? Like 400?
Yeah, it's something ridiculous. Have you seen those? I watched another clip with Jesus. It was like a 15-minute video of like worst fucking porn mishaps. That's fucking disgusting.
Ew. Like, I was thinking that'd be funny, but no, that just sounds disgusting.
It's like a lot of guys talk about how like a lot of the girls will forget they were on their period, their tampons, and they'll get a tampon lodged up there, and they'll go to have sex, and they're like, I can't do this. Come to find out, a tampon's been in them for like the last 2 weeks. How disgusting is that? I'd be so pissed.
That's foul.
I'd be angry, dude. And then like shitting stories, all kinds of just rugged stuff.
I don't know how guys can think that like anal sex is always going to go well.
I don't even know how people are into that. It's just disgusting to me.
I don't know how like people are into it as a main thing. I get it like every now and then.
Yeah, every now and then it's fine. But if you have like I know a lot of buddies that like that's what they prefer rather than going in the vagina.
Like, when I used to listen to Loveline all the time, like because of the calls about anal sex, like Dr. Drew started to theorize that it was porn because when porn introduced anal sex, like all those teenagers that started watching it were then into it. Like it was built in after they started watching it. But like now they're in that. This is part of what gets them off is anal sex.
Like, are you saying it's like a new generation thing?
Yeah, because it's apparently based on porn, according to Dr. Drew's theory.
I don't know. I kind of back that.
I was thinking about when you start like really trying to find porn. I think about how easy it is to access for kids today.
But then I don't know. But then like one of our buddies Fox, like he's what 60, early 60s, and I remember he'd be like, "Oh man, first chick I found that was into anal, I was hooked." So I don't know. Maybe. I highly doubt people started doing it because of porn. I mean, I guarantee a bunch of people have been doing that.
Well, no, I'm not saying it never happened. I'm saying it became because think about how big it is. How more
the fad
talked about.
The fad started.
Oh, so
the anal fad because of porn.
Because of Loveline and the podcast I listen to, I've heard a lot of interviews with porn stars, and apparently, like, porn star, the ones who were in the business for a long period of time, they end up having to get fucking their asshole fucking replaced, like plastic, like a fake asshole put in.
That's disgusting because it's just blown out.
Yeah. Like, shit stops working correctly. Like, anal leakage and shit because your asshole is so blown out from getting fucking hammered.
That is disgusting. Well, I could see it, dude. Like I said, that documentary, dude, that chick doing 3 shoots in one day. Like, that's pretty gnarly.
Yeah, think if there were 3 anal scenes. Let's go to Colorado.
Damn. Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty wild. What?
I kind of forgot we were doing a podcast.
Yeah, I'm
the driver.
Weren't you telling me that like that sometimes they'd call in Dr. Drew and they would talk. The chicks would ask like, "Oh yeah, I can't stop leaking or whatever, or I'll have anal leakage or something like that."
No, there's all kinds of crazy questions. It got to the point with Loveline because I listened to it I don't listen to it anymore because I found podcasting, but when I did listen to Loveline all the time, it got to the point because I listened to it for probably 6 years straight. And I knew the questions were all the same. There wasn't hardly any new questions anymore. Like, it was all people having kind of the same questions over and over again, but just asked in different ways. And yeah, like you have my favorite question that would come up like once a month or once every couple of months was guy or girl, didn't matter. They'd call in and so. We're having anal sex, and I just wanted to know if there's any way possible you can get pregnant having anal sex. Are you fucking retarded? Of course, Dr. Drew would have to be like, look, is there a possibility? Sure, there's a 1 in a billion chance that the cum's gonna fucking leak into the vagina and get in there and get, yeah. But no, the vagina and they're not connected.
God, it's kind of nice, though, to actually, I mean, obviously a lot of those calls aren't going to get answered, but it's kind of nice to actually have something like that where people can call in and ask questions.
Yeah, just anonymously call in to a real doctor. And
but now you got Google, so...
Yeah, think about how stupid Google is, though.
Yeah.
You go to fucking WebMD and type in one symptom and fucking, like, AIDS comes up.
Yeah.
I hate the WebMD, because you go on there and try to diagnose yourself, you're like, I'm going to die tomorrow for sure.
Yeah. Well, fuck, it's like that thing I had on the back of my throat. Everything I kept reading, it was saying it was cancerous. Then I went to the emergency room. I think it might be cancer. I'm like, what the fuck? And it was not cancer.
Well, I don't know. I didn't get a call back, so I took that as
Not being cancer.
Yeah, they usually call back right away if it's something bad.
I don't like that. I feel like they should call you either way.
They only need to notify you if it's important.
I know, but I feel like, oh, what if they kept trying to call me or they got a digit? I don't know. I always get paranoid. I always think of all these different things.
Yeah, you freak out a lot. I'm surprised you ever smoked weed. If that's as much as you freak out about things.
I know. That's probably why I never got in trouble, though. I was always so aware. You'll never catch me. I was watching Pineapple Express. I haven't seen that movie in so long. That movie is such a well-written movie, like with stoners, like how he like came to the conclusion they might find him. He's gonna find the joint outside. Like if somebody was sober, they would have never came to that conclusion.
No.
They're like, you're an idiot. No. He's gonna find a joint. That's it.
Yeah.
He's not gonna know what kind of weed. It's Pineapple Express.
Well, especially because when there's a high-end weed like that around. I mean, not anymore with fucking...
Dude, I remember in high school...
Legal.
I remember in high school, yeah, when like something like OG Kush or like something came out, you're like, oh...
You know, some bomb shit came around, like, you could easily be like, oh, I know what that is!
Yeah.
So for sure that could happen. But
yeah.
It's so trippy anymore, like, going into dispensaries. Like, there's this one strain of weed that I really like. That I really like.
Like it a lot.
Been hanging around the kids too much. No, and I really enjoy it, but it's like out of cycle right now. So every time I'm in there, I'm like, do you have that? It's called Chernobyl, which is awesome. I love that name.
Chernobyl.
You know where Chernobyl is, right?
Yeah, the hot tub time machine, right? There was an energy drink that he had.
Oh, the energy was called Chernobyl. No, Chernobyl is a place in Russia or something.
Yeah, it's Russia.
Where the nuclear plant.
That's where the drink he got also was in Russia.
So,
the Russian spies.
But it's called Chernobyl, and it's fucking awesome. And every time I go in there, they don't have it. And dude's like, it's not here yet, dude. I'll put it on the website when we have it. And I'm like, yeah, but that was like, you've been telling me this for 2 months now. When's it coming back?
Can you call in to the shops and ask what they have?
Yeah, but they also, if you go on Weed Maps...
They're probably irritated also when you do that, huh?
No, because they want your business. No, but if they have there's a website, Weed Maps, also an application, and pretty much every dispensary uses it, and they have their menu on there, and they constantly keep it updated.
I feel like that's the money game now, man, the weed industry.
Well, it is right now. Here in the next 10 years, it's not going to be, because it's going to be so blown up. I can't wait for that shit when weed's like fucking $20 an eighth for bomb shit.
I think it's just going to be crazy, like walking to a liquor store or something when it gets to that point.
It's going to be amazing.
Like, yeah, let me get a 20-pack of joints. Or just a pack of joints.
Just let me get a blunt. Let me get a pre-roll.
I think they're going to sell packs of cigarettes like joints. Let me get a pack of joints.
That reminds me, I need to go renew my license. It's about to expire.
What's it good for, every year?
Yeah, it's good for 12 months. Well, you can get a 6-month or a 12-month, but why would you pay for 6 months? It's stupid.
Is it the same price?
No.
So what's the price difference?
$20. It's $40 for a year and like $25 for 6 months.
Sometimes you'd rather spend that extra money on a sack, apparently. That's how they get you. So who gets that money when you renew your license?
The doctor.
Oh.
You have to go to a doctor. And you don't have to lie. Oh, well, I did, but...
Have you heard Tom Segura's bit?
No, huh?
When he goes in there, he's like sitting in the waiting room, and he's like, I still haven't come to the reason why I need my medical marijuana license. And so he's like sitting there, he's like freaking out. And he's like, this typical LA gangster comes in. You know what I'm talking about? The fucking Dickies,
Dude,
the LA hat.
Show you. Look behind you. Do you see this shit?
What is that? Oh, shit. He's got like a lawnmower business out of his Mitsubishi Eclipse.
He's got fucking weed eaters and rakes and shit sticking out of the
sunroof. He's like your typical fucking Mexican gangbanger from L.A. L.A. tattooed on his face. And so he goes in there and he's like, and he tells the doctor, Tom Segura is like, I go in there, I tell the doctor, my eye hurts. He's like, you got glaucoma? And he's like, it just hurts all the time. He's like, you wear glasses? I can't. They hurt. And he's like, well, what do you do? He's like, it hurts. Everything hurts. He's like, I just touch it. Ow, ow. He's like, oh man, that's terrible. So he gives him the license. He goes, so I decided to wait out the door and listen to this Mexican go in there and see what his reason for is. he goes, yeah, I just like the way that weed makes me feel. He goes, yeah, definitely, man, it's awesome. Well, here's your license. He goes, that's all I had to say. It was awesome.
Okay, Ari Shaffir said he got to the point where he just wanted to see if like the doctor would still give it to him if he like just said flat out like no, like there's nothing wrong with me, I just want weed. And the doctor was like, no, you have to give me a reason to give it to you. Like I can't just hand it to you. You have to give me a fucking reason. Don't play the game. Or you have to play the game. Don't. It's stupid because it's like we're almost legal. I think those Mexican guys were really trying to figure out why we have microphones in our hands in the car. No, and like, because all I did was went in there and was like, yeah, I have migraines and I have really bad anxiety. And she gave me some recommendations, which was the opposite of what I wanted.
Oh, so she didn't give it to you at first?
Oh no, she gave me my license, but her recommendations for like what strains I should use or like what type of weed I should use and this and that.
All right. Well, we're here.
What? God damn it, Brittany! Interrupting our podcast. Oh yeah, she told me like for anxiety to use indica. I was like, but it puts me to sleep. I don't want to go sleep.
Do you want your headache gone? There you go.
Which I was actually surprised. I was telling you earlier I got some topical cream because I never knew if that shit really worked for pain relief, and it really was helping with my knee pain yesterday. It was fucking awesome. It was CBD only, not psychoactive. So I guess there really is some benefits to that shit. I would say though, like fucking when I'm having like back pain and whatnot, I realize that that's really bad when I'm sober. Because there'll be days where I'm just fucking stoned all day and then fucking sober up, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, that really hurts.
Oh, for your back?
Yeah. Didn't realize that like just being high was a little bit of pain relief at the same time.
Well, I don't. Yeah, people preach on the CBDs, and you don't feel any kind of high at all, right?
No, that topical stuff is CBD only. It's non psychoactive.
Oh wow.
Or the stuff that I got Uncle Darren that was CBD only, Chiba Chews, and those were. He said those actually worked for his back a lot. He said it was great because they didn't get him high. And what pisses him off about like the Vicodins and Percocets and whatnot is they get him high and he can't work. So,
I don't even know how people get addicted to those and still function, dude.
They don't.
Yeah, that's why they end up losing their job and shit. There are some people that function like they have. There are some people that function on them.
Yeah. Wrap this up because I got to go to work.
All right. ModeCast out.
Well, hold on. Sorry, everybody. It's a short podcast this week because we had an effed up weekend, but we're still putting it out. ModeCast out.
Love you guys.